Affirmations are one of the most popular manifestation tools. They are simple, they are accessible, and they sound empowering. I am abundant. I am confident. I am successful. And yet, for most people, affirmations do not work. Not only do they fail to change reality, they often create frustration, doubt, and self-blame. People assume they are doing something wrong. But the problem is not effort. The problem is misunderstanding how affirmations interact with state. To understand why affirmations fail, we have to separate repetition from assumption. Repeating words is not the same as occupying a state. This distinction is central to the teachings of Neville Goddard. Neville did not teach that words create reality. He taught that assumptions create reality. Words only work when they align with the state you are already in, or when they gently guide you into a new one. Most affirmations fail because they are used to fight an existing assumption rather than change it. For example, someone may repeat, I am confident, but internally they assume they are not taken seriously. Every repetition becomes a reminder of the gap between the words and the state. The body notices the mismatch, and the nervous system resists. This is why affirmations often feel forced. They are not changing identity, they are arguing with it. The I am discourses explain this from a different angle, but the principle is the same. In the I am discourses, the phrase I am is not a mantra. It is a declaration of position. Whatever you attach to I am defines the state you are living from. Notice, if someone says, I am abundant, while internally feeling anxious, rushed, or fearful around money, their words will not override their state. Remember, your internal state will always override your words. This is why Saint Germain emphasized mastery of feeling and alignment rather than repetition. Saint Germain taught that consciousness responds to coherence, not insistence. You cannot command a new state while reinforcing the old one. Wayne Dyer actually explained this in modern language. He often said that affirmations are ineffective if they are spoken from a place of inner contradiction. If part of you does not believe what you are saying, the affirmation becomes noise. This is why beginners often feel relief when they stop forcing affirmations. The failure is not personal, it is structural. Affirmations are not designed to leapfrog identity. They are designed to stabilize it. So what actually works? First, affirmations work best when they describe a state that already feels partially true. Instead of saying, I am wealthy, someone might say, I am becoming more comfortable with money. That feels reasonable. The nervous system does not resist. Assumption can begin to shift. Second, affirmations work when they focus on identity rather than outcomes. Instead of affirming external results, you affirm internal orientation. For example, instead of money comes to me easily, you might affirm, I respond to money with calm. Calm is a state. States are easier to enter than outcomes. Third, affirmations work when they are used as observations rather than commands. This is subtle but important. An observation sounds like, I notice that things are starting to feel more possible. This does not force belief. It invites familiarity. Neville often emphasized that imagination should feel natural, not dramatic. The goal is not to convince yourself. The goal is to feel at home in a new assumption. Affirmations fail when they demand certainty. They work when they allow permission. Another reason affirmations fail is timing. Most people use affirmations when they're emotionally charged. They repeat affirmations in moments of fear, urgency, or frustration. But those moments are signals of state. The real truth is that trying to override a state while feeling triggered can actually reinforce the more undesired state for you. A better approach is to use affirmations when you are calm. Calm is fertile ground. This aligns with the I Am Discourse's emphasis on stillness. Stillness is not passivity, it is receptivity. When the mind is still, identity is flexible. And finally, affirmations work when they aren't the main tool. They are supportive. Affirmations really only help stabilize a state you are already entering. They cannot help force a state which you internally resist. This is why many people experience breakthroughs when they finally stop obsessing over affirmations and instead focus on their inner awareness. They begin noticing their assumptions. They begin allowing new expectations. And their affirmations naturally change. The words start to feel true. That is the signal. When affirmations feel true, they stop being affirmations. They become descriptions. This is when manifestation begins to feel effortless, not because you are doing more, but because you are no longer fighting yourself. The purpose of affirmations is not to create reality. It is to reflect the state you are choosing to inhabit. Once you understand that, affirmations stop being frustrating. They become precise and optional. Because the real work is not what you say, it's where you're standing internally when you say it. Subscribe and enter your manifesting state.